What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and today marks the day that Summon Fest dies when it comes to global. It's not coming here. We get an entirely different set of summoning rules, entirely different summon system that I think is absolutely great. They did a great job with it. I have a few little details I don't like, but I want to explain it to you guys so you understand what this system is, how it's going to change, and how playing FFBE won't be the same anymore. Let's get into it. So guys, again, like I said, we have an entirely different system coming to us here in global than the JP version. UOCs are being changed. We're getting different summon rates. Lots of stuff going on. So we are going to cut to the in-game stuff that was announced today in terms of Outdoor King Reign. But I want to go with the FFBE official video. They have nice infographics and go step by step and explain it to you guys because it's really cool. So first things first, starting from the introduction of CG Reign, which will be this Thursday, 5-star select summon tickets can only be exchanged for prisms. Now, if you look at the fine print down here, units prior to King Reign can be exchanged with 5-star select summon tickets as usual. Additionally, you will be able to exchange with prisms of these units. What does that mean? From here moving forward, these units coming out, CG Reign, probably CG Warrior of Light, CG Dark Fina, Noctis, things like that. These units are no longer going to have their actual unit in the UOC. However, they're going to have their prisms. And if we look to the right here, it's going to be instead of 10 UOCs, you're going to be able to use 8 to be able to get them. This is huge. On top of that, all of the units will stay in the same pool. There won't be this separate pool with Summon Fest. They're not doing that idea. All of these units will go into the normal pool, so you can get them with EX Summon tickets, you can get them, you know, randomly off banner, yada, 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 which is great, because in the JP version, you couldn't UOC any of them, and they had their own little somewhat limited time pool that only on a Summon Fest banner was going on, you could get them. So, great changes here. Again, if you still want to get old units, you can for 10 of the UOCs, or if you'd like to get their Prism, they also give you the option of getting any of those old units for 8. So it's good they lowered it down. I know this kind of messes with a couple of things, right? One, you must pull a unit now to be able to UOC the second half of it, right? Like, so I can't just go out and spend 20 UOC and get 7-star CG Reign. Can't do that anymore. However, as long as I pull one of him, I can just go in here, spend 8 of my UOCs, and then get the Prism, and then I can make him. So that's one of the things. Another thing is you can't be UOCing for TMRs. So for example, if I didn't really want Outdoor King Reign, I just wanted to use 10 UOCs for his TMR, I can't do that anymore. I never really would suggest you doing that anyway, but that's an option that has been taken away at this point. Next up, this is the one that I remember Rachel sitting next to me and my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe it. Prisms of the new units will be released at the same time as the units instead of 2 weeks after release. Remember how we always had to wait 2 weeks to be able to use our UOCs? Not anymore. When the unit is released in global, the day of it, you can go into the UOCs and grab their Prism up. So if you get, hey, on a half price daily, King Reign pops up and you want to just use 8 tickets and get the, you know, you don't want to spend any of your lapis, you just want to get the Prism, make him 7-star, you can the exact same day. It really eliminates that fear of missing out. It eliminates those, you know, impulse buyers, which is fantastic that they did that. And then it also says at the bottom here for CG Reign and units after, you will only be able to exchange the summon tickets for their Prisms. So that's very important to understand. The units will not be in the UOC thing. So we're going to move over to the next part of the infograph here, which is right here. Summon rates of 5-star units or rainbows have been increased to 5% permanently, meaning, you know, we've pretty much had 5% rates for a while now, but they're permanently on every banner now. Going to have, every featured banner is going to have that 5% rate. Applies to featured summon, rare summon, step up summon, and Exvius summon. Wow, it applies to everything. So everything in the game now is going to have that 5%, which is sweet. So your EX tickets are going to be able to get that 5%. Nice. Summon rates of new featured 5-star units will be increased from 1% to 1.5%. The weird thing going on here, though, is that 1% was against the 3% total, so 3% rainbow. So it was at 1% on banner, 2% off banner. This is the only thing through this I really dislike. So it was 1% compared to 2%, right? Well, they kind of make it look like, hey, dude, we're putting up this on-banner rate. Yeah, but not really, right? Because if you go from 1% to 1.5%, you're comparing that against 3.5%. Really would like to see 2% here. This will mean you will be getting more off-banner rainbows, which sucks. However, you will be seeing more rainbows. And hopefully they can take some, if I have any feedback for you guys on this system, 100,000% increase this on banner rate to 2%. 2%, and I don't think anybody is going to complain too much. The 1.5% is much too low in my opinion. People are going to be getting off-banner rainbows at this point. It's going to be tough for people to get that first unit to be able to UOC the second, and I just think that you guys could really just push that up to 2%, if you know what I mean, because you're expected to get a lot more rainbows now, obviously, with the 5%, but you're going to see a lot more off-banner rainbows. If you guys remember my CG Charlotte pulls, it was a little bit worse than this. I think it was 1% to 4%. So we did have, when we had the 5% ratings, it was sometimes 1% compared to the 4% off banner. Now they're giving us 0.5%, but it would be really nice to see 2%. Now, if you wanted my exact, but what I actually would want, 3% on banner, 2% off. They ain't never gonna do that, but that would be awesome if they did. Another great feature right here: older units will be removed from the summon pool. It will be easier for you to obtain newer units. Goodbye, Olive. Goodbye, Ramza. We actually don't know the list that's going to be coming for Global or what they're choosing to get rid of, but this means that you have a better chance of getting some more of those meta units, some of those current units, instead of getting the off-banner units. Now, what you might say is, Claic, I want to get their TMRs. I need to get their STMRs. How am I going to be able to get them? This removed and smaller summoning pool only applies to featured, rare summon, and step-up summon. You will be able to get them in, like, say, the Exvius summon pool, EX tickets, and things like that. So the units aren't taken away from you forever, and you can't, like, you're going to have access to them, even in the UOC pool. But, you know, in the summon pool, when you're summoning for new units, you're going to have a better chance of getting some of the more updated ones, as opposed to just this giant pool of being random stuff. So that's really great as well. Moving on from that, let's see what the next graph info is. Oh, they're changing stuff at the bottom here. He's talking some more. And then here we go. This is something I'm okay with being here, but I think it's kind of something a lot of people should not take advantage of. I'm just going to say that right now. We will conduct a new campaign where you can exchange your 5-star, so 1 UOC ticket, for 2,000 Lapis. And you can do this up to 5 times, okay? Then, after that, you can exchange a UOC ticket for 1,500 Lapis. Guys, I don't think this is a good idea. The only time I can see this being worth it is if you are like 2,000 Lapis, maybe, you know, as long as it's a 2,000 Lapis, I would never exchange it for the 1,500. I think it's just like, can you imagine if they put in the shop, you could buy with 1,500 Lapis, you could buy UOC, everybody would do that. So why would you want to reverse it? I mean, there are situations, but anyway, the only time I would be doing this, exchanging your UOC for the Lapis, is if you're almost at the end of a step-up summon, right? At the end of it, you get CG Rain. He's guaranteed. For 1 UOC, to be able to get the Lapis to complete that, and you have no other way of getting the Lapis, I can see you doing that. But in my opinion, UOC are the most important thing in the game. One of the most things in the game. I am not going to be exchanging for Lapis. I am pay to play, so there's a little bit difference there, but I would not be exchanging it at all, even for you guys, for you to play out there, because that UOC ticket really can get you that prism to maybe complete some of those newer units you're going to have in the future. Another great thing they're going to do is they're going to give everybody get up to 5,000 Lapis as a login bonus. So you guys are going to be able to they're giving away 5,000 Lapis for this whole thing. I think it's more of like yeah, you may like it, you may not like it, but here's 5,000 Lapis to smooth it over. They're trying to Jedi mind trick us here, which I think is great. You're going to have to log in multiple days, it looks like. I was hoping they would just give it all to us, but they're not going to. And then they're going to have this special 10+1 summon open for 3 weeks, limited to once per week. I think that's going to be free. So every week for 3 weeks, we're going to get a free 10+1 summon to, again, trying to smooth things over for people who maybe do not like the new system coming. You know, give them a little bit of sweetness on top of the cake if they weren't a big fan of what was changing. And I think that's going to be it for the changes here, guys. So we're going to go back, and I want to have this stuff up here. Again, from what it could have been, from what we were afraid it would be. Global's a different game. We all were like, yeah, all right, dude. They're going to come in here. They're going to make us pay UOCs to even summon. I don't know, something stupid like that. They did a fantastic job, in my opinion, of fixing the problem that was Summon Fest. Summon Fest was an awful thing. A lot of people hated it. And now we don't even have any of that in our summon pool. I really am excited to see what units are not going to be in the summon pool anymore. See what they get rid of. Hopefully Lottie's in there. Get out of here, Lottie. And, I'm just excited for the future of the game now. You know, I can't wait till this Thursday when I pull for CG Rain for me to get CG Rain, hopefully on a ticket or something, and just go and spin those 8 summon UOC tickets and immediately make them 7-star. It's going to be fantastic. A word of caution for people out there: no more do you make a 7-star and then fuse that extra third one into it. Don't do that anymore if you ever do that, just to get the 50% Moogle, right? and 50% STMR, because to make an STMR now with the new units, you have to make the 7-star, right? So you can get a prism, make a 7-star, and you need another unit to put the prism in and fuse them together to make that STMR from UOC. Because you used to be able to just go in there and spend 20, buy 2 of the unit, fuse, or 10 if you already have one at 50%. So don't be doing that anymore. And then finally, again, I want to word of caution this exchange right here. I don't think you should be doing it. I like that it's an option in the game for anybody who would like to do it. You play how you want to play, but just remember, do not be splurging this month because it is No Nut November. Don't be doing that at all. Don't be splurging out until after the month. I'm warning you right now, if you break this sacred bond, you will have trouble. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on to the actual in-game news for CG Rain. So here we go. We look at CG Rain here. Can't wait to see what his buffs are, and he gets no buffs. There's no global buffs. Looks like there's no global changes. He's still OP as heck when he comes out, guys. I'm telling you, he's going to be the top dog in global. One of the things I do want to point out is that we did hear in that official video that they will not be nerfing any of the new units coming out. Their changes will either be neutral, they said, or they will be positive. So they'll be buffing or at least changing neutrally, probably like chaining families or something like that. Is something you guys are going to be able to get your hands on. Looking at this is something people were worried about with this new summon pool, with the way the UOCs are going to work. Are we still getting our step ups? Are we still getting our guaranteed unit at the end? Definitely looks like it from this, and that's what makes it kind of a little bit better, right? Because you go in here, you spend your 25,000, which this one's 25,000. It's one of the more expensive ones. You get this rain, and then you just go use your 8 UOCs, and you get 7-star rain. You are guaranteed if you end up spending that amount of lapis, and that is when I can see you guys maybe converting your UOCs to lapis. I don't like that idea. You can only do this one time per player, by the way. Then moving down, we have this other special summon, which you're going to have, and you're going to have 6 times you guys can do this for 5,000 lapis each. 9 plus 1 summons. It looks like you have a guaranteed rainbow. You have a guaranteed rainbow and then a 4-star guaranteed. So we got 9 pools. One of them's a rainbow, one of them's a summon, and we do have rate ups to the rest of the crowd. So, hey, if you don't even want to use those UOCs, if you just want to go in here, this absolutely seems insane. Again, though, guys, if you're comparing the two, right, people are going to ask, which one should I do? I mean, I get a guaranteed rainbow here. It's scary with those off-banner rates. It's good if you don't want to use your UOCs, if you just want to go ham, I guess. However, mathing it out, it's still a chance where you go through there, get all those guaranteed rainbows, and CG Rain doesn't pop out of any of them. So that's the problem. I like that it's there as an option. I do. Because having a guaranteed rainbow is much better than not having a guaranteed rainbow when it comes to this. But remember, 1.5% compared to the 3.5% off banner, those rainbows look like they're going to be a little bit of off banner, but it looks like it has the rate up here. It's going to be nice to certain units will remove for a smaller pool. It says that here on both of them, so we're going to get that. We're just going to have to wait and see what these rates are like, what they actually show the rates are. Make sure these rainbows do have the rate up. Right, this rainbow has the rate up, as opposed to like some other times when that guaranteed rainbow doesn't have the banner rate up. So we have to be careful of that and look at the rates. But even then, I still think I would rather. This is a gambling's man banner right here. This is, you're working towards a guaranteed here. Really up to you on how much lapis you want to spend. I am going to be doing the step up, and if I feel froggy or if I get lucky, maybe I metal down here, but I think this is more of a gambling's man banner. Moving on down, we've talked about CG Rain already. His Trust Master reward, his Super Trust Master reward. His Trust Master reward is amazing for anybody that wants LB damage up. His STMR, not the greatest thing in the world. I'm not saying it's terrible, but not exactly needed. You don't have to chase after it too much. So, and we've gone over Rain in my last video yesterday. If you want to learn more about CG Rain, a little bit of a primer, check my video yesterday where I predicted there'd be prisms in the UOC. Yeah, so anyway, moving on down, we have a 4-star to 5-star unit going up. Diesel. We have a Trust Master reward, boost attack by 50% when equipped with a large sword, and boost attack by 20% when equipped with a heavy armor. Weird. It seems like that goes perfectly with Rain and his heavy armor he has right here. But with CG Rain, you want a shit ton of LB boost up, so you're probably going for that. But this TMR is very nice on a 4-star base unit. Looking at the other unit here, we have Magian Brooch. And it is a defense spirit +3, magic 20%, enable earth mage's knowledge, boost earth magic damage dealt by caster. So you put that on somebody, they get a little bit of magic, they boost up their earth magic dealt, but I think these stats here on an accessory are too small to be able to use, so I don't think it's going to be very good there. But I think this right here, Fierce Great Sword User, I think that could be useful for a lot of people out there, so that's pretty good. So overall, this banner is great to summon on, in my opinion, if you're looking for an upgrade to your damage dealers that you have out there. If you're looking to mess around with this new summon pool, that's something something you guys can get your hands on. Next up, they just talk about the 10+1s we're going to get for free. You can see all the times you're going to be able to get that. Let's see what else we have. They talk about how you can exchange your UOCs for 2,000 Lapis. You can do it 5 per player. Again, I don't suggest that, especially during this month. Maybe you can splurge out another time. This is not always going to be there. They said that this will come up every once in a while. They'll run this event every once in a while. See, it says is planned to run again during other events in the future. The current exchange rate of 2,000 per ticket is a special first-time deal, and future summons will be 1,500. So this will not always be here. You will not always have that option. So be aware of that. Obviously, we can go in and check out his awesome LB here, where he pops off with his weird-looking crown. It's the only thing. Well, I don't like the throne, and then the CGA, the crown's weird. It should have just been a normal crown, in my opinion. We get to fight off the floating continent Ultima weapon here event. I don't really care for the Assassin's Dagger at all, personally. Inflicting poison or paralyzed, don't care about that. Those rare summon tickets I do, so that's why I would be doing it. Is there anything else? Oh, we get Item World. We get Item World, so you guys can go there and start trading in Item World if you need to, which is great. And then maintenance. I missed something else here. Maintenance will be happening Wednesday, and then Thursday is when it should be implementing all of these changes. CG Rain will be out Thursday night at 8 p.m. EST. We'll be doing my stream where I pull for my boy. Hopefully I have a lot of you guys pulling too on my friends list. So that's something you guys got to be aware of. But this is also big. November 7th. Hyo is getting his enhancements. Ignis is also getting his enhancements. I'm not sure if Ignis is going to be able to push. The only one out of these enhancements I'm really going to be worrying about is Hyo myself. They talk about him here, but I always, even though they give numbers, I always like to wait until they're actually implemented to take a look. I don't like to, things could change. Everything could happen. Introducing latent abilities for Hyo, it's going to be very interesting to look into this once it's released. Even these news things I don't trust. Like, things could change, come out, so I always like to wait till it's in the game and then talk about it later. But Hyo could be good to match up with your again, CG Rain for that LB spam stuff. So overall, I cannot believe, thank goodness they did something good like this for the game. A lot of people have been looking at Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. A lot of people love the changes. They can't believe they're so good. They were expecting much, much worse, which is great for the longevity of the game. And I'm very excited this weekend to be going for one of my favorite characters that I've seen in the JP Future site, CG Rain. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you feel about all the changes and what you would want to see change, because they do want to hear some of your feedback, they said. Subscribe for future content. Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt, so you can see these amazing pulls with CG Rain and watch me build them and blow stuff up with his LB. And then subscribe. I already said subscribe for future content. So I guess we'll catch you guys in the next video.